lately I've been getting a ton of requests for information on new construction neighborhoods in the area. And let me tell you right now, this is a tough one. It feels like there are more and more new neighborhoods going up everywhere you look these days, but actually finding a new home in one of these communities has proven to be a real challenge lately. One thing you're going to notice with many of these new construction communities is that it is going to take a while to actually have a home constructed. With the crazy demand and shortage of supplies that we're seeing right now in the building process, realistically, it's going to take well into next year before your home would be complete. Now, these shortages are obviously driving up prices as well. So it is possible that the particular house on the lot that you want would end up being a lot higher in price than the details I talk about today, so keep that in mind. I'm going to give you 5 new construction communities in and around the Gainesville area that you should consider. The first neighborhood that you may be interested is Brannon Ridge. Now this is a brand new subdivision coming to the Oakwood area, which is in between Gainesville and Flowery Branch. Now, they've only built 1 or 2 houses in there and they have not released them to the public yet. But even though they've only built a couple of houses, they've completely sold out their first phase. They're going to have a total of 161 homes, so it's not a massive subdivision, which is nice if you're looking for something a little more low-key. They're also not going to have amenities, so this is a great neighborhood if you're not interested, in paying a bunch of money for extra HOA fees for amenities that you don't think you're actually going to use. They will, however, have a large open green space that you can enjoy, and they have specifically designed this neighborhood to limit traffic. Many of the streets are going to have cul-de-sacs in a way so that you're going to feel safe and comfortable, so that your children can be out riding bikes without a fear of a bunch of cars zooming through the neighborhood. The houses in the neighborhood will be a majority 2-story homes with 3 to 4 bedrooms, ranging anywhere between 1,400 on up to 2,200 square feet. The price point here is really great. The homes start at $275,000 and they go up to $295,000, but it would not be unlikely for your home to end up in the 300s after you pay for upgrades and lot premiums though. And keep in mind, as a builder goes through phases in a neighborhood, the prices just continue to increase more and more and more. One of the great things about this neighborhood is its location. Like I mentioned before, it sits in Oakwood, which means that you're close to Flowery Branch, you're going to be close to Gainesville, Lake Lanier, and you're just right around the corner from 985. You're going to have really easy access to tons of shopping and restaurants between everything that Oakwood has to offer, and since you're just a short drive from Flowery Branch or to Gainesville, it's really convenient. If you have to commute to the University of North Georgia in Gainesville, it's just right around the corner from that. Even though it says Gainesville, that's actually in Oakwood. So this neighborhood is super convenient if you have a student who plans to be attending, living at home, just right around the corner. Another neighborhood that you need to put on your list, and I recently helped a family, actually 2 families purchase a home in this neighborhood, is Shores at Landcliff. Now, this neighborhood is unique because it sits right on Lake Lanier and you actually have community access to the lake. Now, much like Brannon Ridge, it's going to take a while before your home is going to be finished. So like I said, I recently put some clients underneath a contract for a new construction home yet. They have not even gotten the permit yet for the lot just because of how slow everything is moving in the construction world these days. Their home is not even going to be likely completed until early February of next year. And if you went out and looked at homes right now and decided to put one under contract, you're looking at spring of 2022 before these homes are going to be finished. So if you have a flexible time frame, that is not something that phases you. This is going to be a really awesome community to check out. It's a gated neighborhood, and like I said earlier, it sits on Lake Lanier, so it's very private. You have the lake right at your fingertips. There's also a community playground. You also have great entertainment space with the clubhouse, and you have a swimming pool that you can take advantage of. Obviously, you have access to the lake since the neighborhood sits right on it. I mentioned that community dock, and a unique thing about this neighborhood is that you actually have boat storage right outside the neighborhood, which is included in your yearly HOA dues, and you're just right down the street from a public boat ramp that'll put you right on Lake Lanier. Homes in this neighborhood are going to have anywhere between 3 to 5 bedrooms, ranging from 2,300 square feet all the way up to 3,400 square feet, and the prices are going to start in about the mid 300s. Now, the great thing about this neighborhood is that you have basement lots and you have slab lots that are available. But whenever you kind of factor in that final price, just keep in mind that you're going to pay a lot premium and you're going to want to consider in the upgrades that you're going to want throughout the home. Aside from this neighborhood being on the lake, it's in a really great location because you're about 15 to 20 minutes from tons of shopping and grocery stores in either direction. You can go to Gainesville or you can go to Dawsonville, which has a ton of options as well. Next up on the list is Laurel Cove. Now, Laurel Cove is a new neighborhood located in Houston, about a mile from the new Jackson County Comprehensive High School that will be opening in fall of 2021. Now, this neighborhood sits in Jackson County, so you're going to be a little bit further away from downtown Gainesville and about 10 minutes outside of the Hall County line, but it's a fantastic area that a lot of people consider. Now, they're still in the beginning stages, so they anticipate having several lots ready for construction in late summer or early fall, and they are starting to build homes in the order that homes are going under contract, which would very likely put the next contracts that they get completed into the second quarter of 2022. There will be 8 different floor plans to choose from, and then 2 of which are ranch floor plans, which are so much in demand these days. And the other 6 are obviously going to be 2-story homes, and this neighborhood does have basement lots available. Homes are going to range anywhere between 2,200 to 3,200 square feet, and a huge selling point of this neighborhood is going to be the lot sizes. Each lot is going to start at half of an acre, with some being even larger. So this is great if you don't want a community where the houses are stacked right next to each other. This community has also skipped out on having a community pool or a clubhouse, which is one of the things that keeps the price of homes in this neighborhood more affordable, and it also keeps you from having to pay expensive HOA dues. Now, homes in this community are going to range anywhere between $320,000 all the way up to $384,000 without a basement, and of course you're looking at between $359,000 and $424,000 with the basement. I say all these prices with an asterisk at the time of filming this video. As we know, home prices continue to go up, and a little known fact, builders have a specific schedule that every time they sell 3 to 4 houses, guess what? There's a price increase that you can expect on the next homes. So it always pays to get in early to a new construction community. If your kids attended Jackson County Comprehensive High School, this would be an incredibly convenient place to live because the new school is just right down the street. And I've mentioned this on my channel before, but Houston is a pretty small town, so you're going to have to drive a good bit to get to any shopping and restaurants. You're going to be about 30 minutes away from Target. You know from watching my other videos, I always like to give you a good idea of how far you are away from a Target, because that would be a deal breaker if you're like me. I like to be a little bit closer. However, Houston sits centrally to several other towns, so you can head north to Gainesville, east to Buford, get Flowery Branch at your fingertips, and you're also really close to Winder and just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Athens. So you're just pretty much close to wherever you need to go. You should also put Walnut Cove on your list as a new construction neighborhood to check out. Walnut Cove is a new community in Pendergrass, which sits northwest of Jefferson and northeast of Brazelton. This neighborhood will be pretty large when it's complete, with over 300 houses. This builder has several different floor plan options to choose from ranch and 2-story homes, featuring 4 to 5 bedroom floor plans, and these houses are going to range in size between 1,700 to 2,800 square feet. This neighborhood will have a neighborhood pool, playground, and clubhouse for you to take advantage of, and prices range from the upper 200s to the mid 300s. So this is great price for a new construction home, but one of the drawbacks is the location. Whenever you study this on a map, whenever you do the drive, you're going to be about a good solid 30 to 35 minutes away from Target, 30 minutes from downtown Gainesville, but you're only about 25 minutes away from Commerce, which has the closest Walmart. They also have some great outlet shopping over there and some other major retailers as well. But I love to tell people that if you're considering a home in this neighborhood or in this area, consider the drive time that it's going to take to get to the grocery store. If that doesn't bother you, this is a fantastic area to check out, and I'm sure that as the community grows and as the growth continues to happen in our county, it's just going to continue to spill up into that way, and eventually it's not going to be that way. but that's how it is right now. One thing that is a bonus for this neighborhood is that the area does have convenient access to 985, which is handy if you're commuting to Atlanta. It would only take you about an hour, hour and a half, depending upon where you're going. So it totally would not be the ideal community if you plan to commute every day. But if you had to get down a little bit, like into Lawrenceville, that kind of area, great, easy commute. I was planning on telling you about two of my other favorite new construction neighborhoods today. Lancaster, which is located in Flowery Branch, and Mundy Mill in Gainesville, both of which are built by the same builder. And in fact, I have a complete video on Mundy Mill that I filmed earlier this year. Make sure you check that out. But whenever I reached out to them to get some updates, whenever I was looking for new construction opportunities for another client that was coming into town this week, one of the things that new construction builders are experiencing right now is the uncertainty in prices. So as demand has gone up for homes, as lumber prices have soared, builders have been faced with a really big conundrum about how do they build a home and price it properly so that whenever it's finished in 4 to 5 months, they have accurately priced that home. Well, some builders have learned they can't, and they can't keep up with production. So what have they done? Well, they've done exactly what Chafin has decided to do, which is they are no longer doing any pre-sales. That means that you can't go into the community, you can't pick out your lot, you can't pick out your floor plan, and you can't pick out your upgrades. That means that some builders are just completely going to a spec home model. So what does that mean for you as a consumer? Well, it makes it a little bit harder to plan if you wanted to be in a specific community. They are taking names, putting them on a wait list, and they're building 4 to 5 houses at a time. Then they are letting people on that wait list know once it gets to a framing stage, whenever they're able to accurately price the home, they're calling up those people that are on the priority wait list and saying, hey, we're about to release these 4 to 5 homes. Here are the floor plans that we're building, here are the lots, and here are the prices. Let me know if you're interested in it. Again, that's a little bit disheartening, and it makes it a little bit more difficult in the new housing community because, typically we could rely on a new construction home and neighborhoods to be one where we could specifically plan out and know the exact timing. We could pick out a lot today. We could say, hey, this home is going to be built in 5 to 6 months. Let's put your home on the market, in 4 months so that we can time it correctly. But if you don't know that you're going to get one of those 4 to 5 homes that they're building, and if they're only releasing them in chunks of that time, it can bring a lot of uncertainty to the market. So although Chafin is a great builder, they're doing this on all of their communities across the metro Atlanta area, and it's causing some problems. So if you had your heart set on one of those neighborhoods, it's best to contact your agent or a great agent like myself so that we can get you on that priority list. So long story short, it is really tough to find a new construction home right now unless you're willing to wait and be patient, or if you have a very strict budget, it's really hard, if not impossible. And I don't want to say impossible because I've helped many families purchase new construction home over the past couple of months. And I will do my very best to help you find something that fits your needs, but it's been a challenge lately, and it's up to me to give you the information and facts. As it is, I always love to prepare clients for exactly what they're getting into. And like I said, I was researching for homes for a client that I got information about from 2 different agents in those communities that they were interested in, and by the time that I had sent them the information and he came up with questions about that community, the agent reached back out to me and said, wait, that price that I just gave you a couple of days ago, it's already increased. And so this was just in a matter of days for both of those communities. So my point is that you've got to be flexible, you've got to understand the market that we're in right now and just kind of roll with the punches, but you also need a really great agent that's going to be on top of it. So make sure you find one. If you need help finding an agent, let me know. I help people all across the state and have really great connections with agents everywhere. I would love to help you locally or anywhere else in Georgia. You can find my contact information in the description below. In the meantime, if you haven't checked out this video on buying a new construction home, it's a must. It gives you all the tips and tricks that you need to know about buying new construction.